Okay, well, we'll see. Okay, so my name is, what are we gonna call this girl? Emily. We really like the name Emily. Press enter to finish. My name is Emily. Day 1. Hey, Emily. What should we say? Who's Emily? Wait, what did you mean? Oh, I get it. Haha, very funny. Which choice? Wait, I'm not joking. Oh my gosh, what's your problem? Wait, please, I'm serious. So you're not joking? Do you really not remember anything? That's what I've been saying. Ah, geez, I'm sorry, Emily. I didn't realize you're for real. I'm Addison. Okay, so we have a big... It's all right. Okay, Emily's pretty chill. Thanks, Emily. I'm glad we're still friends. End of day 1. Day 2. There's 3 days. So now we have Sam. We're meeting Sam. Hi, Emily. Yeah, we're nice. We're nice. So we're nice. Emily's a nice girl, so she's just gonna say nice things. You can find me in the astrology wing. You like astrology? Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it is. You're pretty cool yourself. I'll be seeing you around. So I'm going to just copy and paste this in the chat for all of our lives. If other people want to read through it and play through it, then they can do so. And now we're going to move on. So we started a story a long time ago last week, which was Fiction World Adventure. We can change the name later. And we had a main character here, and we have our bully Mila, and then we have Alex, who's the rebel who always sleeps in class. So these are our 3 main characters we have so far. And he's cute. Yes, he's the cute blue boy who's named Alex, not Blue. Okay. So this is just our characters. It's kind of strange to just have characters here, but in a game sometimes it's nice to have, like, have you ever played any games where you have like a journal and you can like look at past events or characters to help remember who they are? Yeah, so we're going to try to do something like that, and then we'll reference our characters here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create our journal page. So we can do something like, how do we do it? Let's make a journal page. Well, we're just going to call it journal page. Journal. And someone asked before, how do we make the shapes colorful? And when you click on shapes, you'll have a toolbar here. And you have this paint bucket looking thing. And you click on that and you can select a color. So you can make it purple, whatever color you want. You can also choose a color here if you want to. And if you have a specific color that you know, which is the hex, then you can put it in here. Otherwise, you could just choose a color. So I'm just going to choose a black color, put it in the back like so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the opacity a little bit, like 0.8. So opacity is just how transparent something is. Like, well, technically it's how opaque something is, which is how not transparent something is. So we can put this in the back and we can make this, you know, colorful and, like, I don't know, pink or something. Or white. And then give it a nice font. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy and paste our people here so we can click on them and they will direct us to the character page so we can remember who they are. How does that sound? So we can copy paste. You can copy paste using Control C, Control V, or by pressing copy and then paste. So something like this. Something like that. And so what we can do is we can set up this journal page. So like if we were to say these three are our journal pages inside our journal, we can go to our event graph and we can set up an on-click event. So we have 3 characters and 3 different pages. Let's just get our on-click here set up. And so when we click on each of these characters, they will direct us to their character page. So like that. And then we want to use the function go to page, this one. Like so. And then we just have to specify what page we want to go to. So we can say this is page 3, this is page 4, and this is page 5. And to make sure that your player doesn't use the arrow keys or, you know, go back, forward and backward like this, we can lock the page. So to lock a page, you click on page start, and then you can use the lock functions. So that way they have to click on one of the characters. So right now we can enter a journal. We can go inside the journal, but what if we want to leave the journal, right? And go back to our story. So we would need, I don't know, some button or some sort of image that we can click on to go back. So let's get a button here. And we'll call this like return or something. You published your story? Awesome. Yeah, so this is basically like your exit button to exit your journal to go back to the story. So in order to code your exit button properly, we want to get return. We want to also click it. And we want to use probably, let's see, how can we do this in a good way? What? Oh, okay. I was like, what did you say? So we can go to the origin page, which is the page you just came from. In our case, it's probably not very good. We probably want to go to, I don't know, page 1 or something. Yes? What's your idea? So we can do a choice. We can, but it would depend on certain things. Like we can add, for example, a comparison, and depending upon a condition, we can go to a certain page. But I think right now we just make it a little easy and we just say like, go back to page 1. So if we say, something like here. So on page 1, we have something like C journal. And then something like start story. We can do something like that. So we can say something like, when I click on C journal, it'll go to the journal. Otherwise, if I start the story, then the story starts on page 6, for example. That also means, since it's a journal, we probably don't want to have the name here. Or maybe we want the journal on, I don't know, this page instead. What do you think? Okay, actually, let's put the journal on page 2. So on click, we're going to go to page 2. So start story. on click, it goes to page 2. And page 2 is actually going to be this. So the journal just has these 2 characters, let's just say, that we can navigate to. So in a lot of games, you have the journal just, it's basically just classifying and giving the background information of characters you meet oftentimes. So like when you meet a new person, it gets added to your journal, for example. Or if you end up doing something that's important to the story, then sometimes it gets added to your journal. It's just a kind of game mechanic that you can do in a lot of like narrative games. Yeah, so after you find the characters, they could get added to your journal. So let's actually try that. So let's say we want to meet the characters, and after we meet the characters, they appear here in the journal. What is that? How do you think about that? What do you think about that? So let's do, yeah. So let's actually try that. Let's say page 1, page 2. Okay. So return. For right now, what we're going to do, journal here, and okay. So what I want to try is we're going to meet a character, and when we meet the character, then they appear here. So in order to do that, we need to first of all have a variable that says whether or not we met the character. So I'm going to create what is called a Boolean variable, and basically the Boolean variable, so a variable contains a value. It's a container that holds a value. We used it before. So what is it changed to our coding? So for example, in this one, remember, we have name, which is a text variable. And that basically means I can enter in something here like Emily, and then the story will change to Emily just joined our new school. Or you can say something like Susan, and therefore it changes. So the variable holds a value, and then we can later compare that value to something else. So this is important if we want to do something like, like in this example, after I meet the person, then they appear in the journal. Okay? So the first thing we need to do with a variable, any variable, is we need to create one. So this was called what was the girl's name? The evil girl? Mila. Oh, hello, someone from YouTube. So met Mila is going to be my variable name. Did I meet Mila yet? Yes or no. Boolean variables are a true false value. So they can only be one or the other. True or false, yes or no, 1 or 0. Okay? So yeah, variables are really hard, but that's why I'm going to try to use them a lot so we can get used to them. So we have met Mila, and at the beginning of the story, is met Mila true or is it false? Yeah, so when she started school, aka when you're at the very beginning on the first page, you haven't met Mila yet. You don't know who Mila is. So we're going to set Mila, met Mila, to false. Okay? So met Mila is now false. This is important because here we can put something like on page start, So we could say on page start, when I enter my journal page, I can say like, I'm going to compare. I'm going to compare a Boolean, and Booleans are our true, false variables. So I'm going to compare a condition. So let's say, oh, wrong one. Sorry, my bad. I need this button. Okay, so I need to select a variable, metmila. So metmila, if it's true, so I have true and false. So if it's true, then I can fade mila in. Hello, it's your birthday. Congratulations. How old are you? Sorry, someone on YouTube is in the chat, so I was responding to them. Hello, person from YouTube. Okay, so fade, I'm fading in if it's true, and if it's false, I can just hide. Where is it? Hide. Let's see if this works. Okay, so let's go back here on page 1 and let's preview. Start. So go to the next page and you see Mila, we haven't met her and she's not here. Where is she? Okay, and that's because met Mila is false. So if I were to actually show you really quickly on this page, we could do something like here. We could do the curly brackets or the mustache met Mila. Okay, so this is to show us the value because it's hard to see it, right? So we see met Mila. And let's say like yeah, that's fine. I'm going to continue with this. So let's see, what was I doing? I was setting variable value. Okay, so I set met Mila to true. So if met Mila is true, then she appears. If I put met Mila is false, then what happens? She's hidden. Okay? Makes sense? A little bit? Maybe? Okay, so let's actually meet Mila. So Mila is not here. Okay, we're gonna ignore him for right now. I don't know even how to do that. That's fine. We're just gonna, that's fine. Okay, so met Mila is false right now. We need to meet Mila. So let's go meet Mila. Okay, so we start on page 1. She's excited. Okay, so she's excited to the point of literal death. Do we go to a page? Do we direct the reader to a page on this? I don't think so. We don't have any page direction here. So let's do that. Let's first lock the page. We need to first lock the page. Yes, we can do the preview to see if it works. Let's just lock the page, or let's, no, we can't lock the page yet because otherwise you won't be able to navigate to the journal. So let's do this right now. So met Mila is false. At the beginning of the story, I hit start. What is your name? My name is Emily. Emily has just joined a new school. She's a bit excited, but absolutely terrified, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to hit next. Mila is false. Met Mila is false, and she's not here, so it works. Yes. Yeah, so put it in the chat and we'll, or Let's leave the last 10-ish minutes and I'll show it at the end. How does that sound? Okay, great. I'll show your story at the end. Okay. Well, keep it on hand because so we're going to do the same thing. So what was the dude's name? Alex. And we'll say met Alex, and we'll do the exact same thing because we haven't met Alex yet. So on page start, variable equals value. Met Alex is false. Okay, and I'm going to get rid of the met Mila here and do the exact same thing I did here with Alex. So let's do that. I'm going to move all this stuff down. And if you notice, we actually have some new buttons here. You can actually copy and paste blocks now, so that's pretty nice. Yeah, well, sometimes you want to copy things. So I'm going to get rid of this for right now. Copy, paste. There it is. This one, copy, paste. Same thing here, copy, paste. And I want to do the exact same logic. Yay, copy, paste. Would have saved you hours. Yeah, me too. That's why we added it. So we need to use now met Alex as the variable, and if it's true, then we fade in Alex, and if it's false, we hide Alex. So let's go grab Alex. Okay, so Alex is here now, and we haven't met any of these people yet. So let's go to page 6 because we actually need to move on with our story. Well, first we need to navigate to page 6. So let's navigate to page 6. Let's say after all of this fades in, we go to page 6. What? This is so much coding. Yeah, well, we're trying to make a more complicated game, so that's why there's a lot of the coding. Yeah, you can make very complex games. Complications, yeah, lots of complications. Okay, so after all of this, go to page 6. Okay, so now we're at page 6. We have everything set up. We're at page 6. Pages 3, 4, and 5, remember, are just our journal. They're kind of in La La Land right now. We don't go there anywhere yet, so we have to later direct the reader to the journal, but for right now we can kind of ignore it. And let's continue our story on page 6. So our reader, whoever this person is, how does she meet Mila? Do we have an idea? Mila pushes her and laughs. So, okay. So first of all, I'm guessing she's at school then. Is that correct? So she's at school. Yeah, so you have to pay or have your teacher pay in order to be able to use those. That's all. Yeah, so it's the premium. If they have the watermark on it, that means they're pro and you can't publish with them unless you pay to be able to use it. So, okay, so we have our lovely friend here. She's terrified of school. She goes in. Let's add some text here. So let's align it to the left and say like, Name enters the school for the first time. She is greeted by our ho 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 lady. Where is she? Oh ho ho. I'm gonna just copy and paste her. Oh ho ho. The Diva Mila. I believe I'm following you, or no, I'm not. Okay, I'll follow you. Don't worry. Ah, having issues here. So something like, what are you doing here? What are you doing? This school is where the fancy girls are. What are you doing here? Or you have to pay $100 to join. Pay me $100 to be able to go to school, okay? That seems pretty intense. Okay. So let's go and let's so on page start, let's fade in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fade in this diva, and then fade in the speech bubble. Okay. So. Okay. So I'm gonna write that, but what I'm gonna do is she magical? She's gonna fade in to the left, like she's moving in. Or yeah, fade in to the left and then have the speech bubble come in. I could also move her, but I'm lazy. So I'm just gonna fade instead. So fade, fade, and then I need to make her say something else. So let's get text object equals value because I'm lazy and I don't want to make buttons and bubbles fade in and out. And just change the text here. What are you doing here? You need to pay $100 to enter you. Okay, so something like this. But we also need to have a wait, because otherwise it's going to fade in and then change the text right away. So let's add a wait. Where is a wait? Wait, 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 wait. Something like wait 5 seconds, 3 seconds. 3 seconds is good. Let's preview this. You need to pay $100 to enter. Okay, seems good. Okay, great. So we're good. Okie dokie. If you want to show yourself in the Zoom, I can turn the waiting room on, so it's just the 3 of us, but up to you. I don't particularly care whether or not you show yourself in the Zoom or not. So. Okay. Let's see. So what happens next? You're being bullied here? Why are you being bullied? I don't understand. Okay, so we have she's being greeted, and let's give our character a choice, something like a choice. So we're gonna add a couple buttons. Oh, I'm not gonna. So we have a couple buttons here, and what is our what are the choices we're going to give our character? What is she gonna respond with to Mila? Does she give $100 or tell her to what? What do I say? What should the main character say? She could be nice. She could be mean. You can give the choice to the reader to be nice or mean. That could be something interesting. Tell her no. Okay. So I have two choices here. Oi, no way. Okay, let's do that. Oi, no way. So now we have two choices. Perfect. So one thing that you can do to give your story more complexity is to make it so not only does your choice direct to a different page, but it can also increase or decrease a hidden stat. So we talked about it last time. You can do something like the charm or maybe like the meanness of the character, something interesting. So let's go to a new page. Oi, no way. There you go. Okay, so let's add two pages. So these are going to be our different choices. And when we give $100, it goes to page 8. If we say no way, it goes to page 9. So this is the easy way you can do it to create multiple branching paths. So you're trying to do the incrementing and decrementing of the stat, the hidden stat. Okay, well, let's try doing that actually. So let's go into here and let's say, what's her hidden stat? What should it be called? No, it needs to be something related to the choice. So maybe like in this, meanness. So, okay, let's say kindness. So the level of her kindness. And let's say like at the beginning of the game, the reader has a kindness of how much? 0, 5? It doesn't matter the number, but you can give it a number, 50. It should be something that's easy to kind of remember, I guess. So, and to compare. So we can say, okay, like let's do 0 is a bully and 5 is just your normal. And if you're 10, you're like, I don't know, a super nice girl. What do you think? Something from a 0 to a 10. Okay, so we have kindness, and at the very beginning of the story, she has a kindness of 5. And depending upon this choice that she makes, so I'm going to get my click events. And normally when I do my click events, I want to, first of all, get my buttons. So I know, oh, my buttons look kind of funny. I think button 0 is give. So you give, and if you say no way, so first you're going to either increment or decrement or maybe stay the same. So if you say no way, does her kindness go up or does it go down? And if you say give 100, does it go up or does it go down? So, or we can change the answers because maybe give 100 doesn't make sense. So what do you guys want to do? Okay, so we say no, thank you. And something like, ugh, no way, ugly, something like that. What do you think? No way, ugly. Okay, so if we say she chooses to say no thank you, we can leave the value to be the same so she can stay at 5, or we can increase it. What do you want? All right, let's just say it stays at 5. It doesn't. You want to increase it? Let's increase it because we can. All right, so we're going to increase. So increase is increment. Increment is to increase by a certain value. And in our case, we want to increment by 1. So increment by 1 means 5 plus 1, which means it's going to be 6. Decrement is to decrease, and then it's to decrease by 1. So the value is going to be, what's the value? 5 minus 1 is 4. Okay, so we have this set up, and let's just test it out and make sure that we're getting the right values. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to get my variable. It's called, what is it? Kindness. It's called kindness, I believe. And I'm going to put this on all the pages so we can just make sure that we have our hidden stat, which is kindness, set up properly. So I'm going to preview. Okay, so kindness is 5. Then I say no thank you. Oh, I don't have it directing to a new page, so I have to do that. My bad. So I'm incrementing, but I'm not going to a different page. So let's do that. Go to a different page. Let's say go to page 8 and go to page 9. Hello and welcome. Preview. Okay, so kindness is 5. No thank you. Kindness is 5. What went wrong? Okay, I think we messed up somewhere. Oh, it's because we didn't select a variable. There we go. I was like, why is the code wrong? Because I coded it wrong. Okay, let's try again. No thank you. Kindness is 6. Ugh, no way. Kindness is 4. So yeah, it's a hidden value for a reason, but for our purposes right now, we're debugging to make sure that it's the right value. If we want to make it hidden, we just delete this. And then you don't know what it is anymore. Make sense? So this is the no thank you page, and this is the other page. So you don't necessarily have to redirect to different pages. You can have the same, so you can redirect to the same page, for example. You can do like, no matter what your answer is, she's going to respond the same way. That can be something to make sure that the writing is, you don't have to write as much. So I'm just going to copy and paste her, and copy and paste her as well. You know what? I'm just going to duplicate the page. That's what I'm going to do. So you can go here, and if you want to make a copy of the page, you select duplicate page, and then you just move it down to where you need it to go. And then you can replace the text. So if you have any code already, then it's all there. Yeah, so then you don't have to recode everything over and over and over again. So that's kind of how that would work. So I'm going to get rid of this block and this block, but I'm going to leave the rest. And I could be like, How dare you? I can't believe it. And then name, enter, went ahead and entered the school. The bell rang right after. So just to show you really quick, before we go and take a look at your story that you published, I'm going to show kind of like how you can do the journal. So then here, for example, you might do like something like, I don't know, 9 a.m. class. And you might have something like, I don't know, let's get a, instead of having a journal. Do we have a journal? Do we have a book? Book? Ah, we have a book. Do you like this book? This book is cute. Let's have this book. You want this one? Okay, we'll have this book. So we'll have something like check journal. Okay. So let's go ahead and play it. Yeah, she shouldn't be laughing, but I'm a bit lazy. I don't feel like trying to find the image right now. So we're just going to go ahead and play the game that we have so far. Okay, so start the story. What's your name? My name is, I don't know, Shelly. So Shelly has just joined a new school. I need to make this faster. This is so slow. She is a bit excited, but absolutely terrified to the point of literal death. Oh, welcome back. Hello? How are you doing? Okay, so Shelly enters the school. For the first time, she's greeted by the diva Mila. What do I say? No, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna, oh, I didn't click on the, I didn't make a click event. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. So I have to, when I click on this, on click, go to page 2. And actually, to make things a little bit better, we can actually make this journal accessible anywhere on like any page and then redirect the journal, redirect the user back. But in that case, we can't have multiple pages like this, but let's just take a look. So here I'm going to preview. It's the wrong page. It's supposed to be page 3. Okay, great. So, preview. Start story. Okay. No way. Check journal. Why is my click event not working? Is there a problem? What's the problem, do you think? Let me see. No, the journal's here. Huh, that's really strange. Preview again. It worked in my preview, so maybe there's a bug somewhere else. Let's see. One more time. Last chance. Oh, I keep forgetting I have to move the page. Ah, there we go. But, oh, we didn't say that we met Mila. That's why. That's why it's blank. Yeah, we have to say that we met her. Okay. So let's go to the page that we met her. And here we meet her, right? So we have to go here, we go to our variables, and we have to say that we met her. So we go to variable equals value, and we set the value of met Mila to true. Okay. Oh, how many times is this? 5th time's the charm? 6th time's the charm? So basically, when you code, it's just a lot of debugging. So did you know that people who code, aka coders or programmers, they spend more than 50% of their time actually coding, debugging rather than coding. And there we go! Met Mila is here, and Met Mila exists. So, whew! So we used 2 variables today. We used the we used Boolean variables actually, and we used number variables. And last week we used text variables. So we used all 3 variables. And let me just give you really quickly some ideas on how you can use variables. Like once again, the number variables, which are blue, are really good to create hidden stats or a score, things like that. Oh, right now we're just finishing up our story, and then we're going to showcase another story. You actually came a little bit later, so I think you're quite confused. So the time is, we have 10 minutes left. Whew. So give yourselves a pat on the back. We covered a lot of variables. And for Boolean variables, we can do really interesting stuff like whether or not you picked up a key, or maybe if you picked up a book, then the cute boy says something different to you. You could do things like that. So Boolean variables are really cool for that reason. Okay, so yes, so we have the link here, and we're now going to read one of the published stories by Carolina. This one? No, this is not the right one. This is the old one. That's Supernova's story. Ah, a kitten named Misty. Okay, so let's take a look at a kitten named Misty. Oh. So the arrows here come up automatically when you can go to the next page. There's no interactions or animations left to do. And then you can click on it or swipe. Either way works. Hello? What just happened? Okay, I'm confused. Okay, so Misty, where are you? Click on Misty multiple times to find her. Oh, so you have to find Misty. Does anything happen when I click on Misty? Is there a sound effect? Oh, you have to press. Ah, I see. Okay. And then you have to find Misty. Oh no, it's night and we're all alone. Misty, are you serious? Click on the right path to go home. It's this one. It's glowing. That means I can click on it. You didn't do the click event to go to the next page? Alright, good job. So that's it. Nice. So that's your first story. Okay, well. I think I am following already. It says following, so I believe I should be following. Okay, great. So, any questions? Let me go back to the story. We're going to do last questions about coding variables or really anything related to coding. And then I'll let you guys go. Do we have any questions? I should be following you. Any questions about anything? On how to code anything? Everything is amazing? You're good? So earlier today in the previous session we did this. So we did animations. And check it out. So we have our witch flying. We have our ghost that disappears. And then we have our lovely vampire that turns into a bat and flies away. So if you're interested in that one, you can remix it as always. Remixing, once again, copies the story for you to take a look at. And okay, so I